part of that abuse. People who cut on themselves, they cut on themselves for the same reason, abuse, but it's not just abuse. The neglect is the part that pushes us to suicide. The fact that the people who should care, who are supposed to care, who claim that they care, who you want to believe, they actually don't. They love you when it's beneficial to them, but once it interrupts their party, they don't give two shits what happens to you at the end of the day. They want to throw things in your face that they should have said in court, that needed to come out in court. That stuff that those people wanted to throw in my face and say, I did this and I did that and I did this and I did that. Did you follow through? Did you? Why isn't any of that in the courts? Because you made zero effort to put it there. And you knew that I wouldn't be allowed. All of you knew this. And people offered help and didn't. They shouldn't have offered the help. The ones who offered to help how I needed are the ones who I took up on their offer. When they didn't keep their word, well, that's on them, not me. I kept my end of the bargain in all of these situations. Those of you who want to say, oh, well, you did this and you did that, when? When did I do desperate things? How long after all of this began did I have to do desperate things because I'd already been blown off by everyone? You don't matter if you're a disabled homeless male unless your family or your friends actually care. And they don't, because they have no follow-through, because they allowed a false narrative. They allowed me to be harmed repeatedly over a false narrative. And they wanted to use their personal bullshit as excuses for not coming forward. Or they wanted to use being broke as an excuse for not coming forward. Or somebody died as an excuse to not come forward. One lady, her grandma died 2 years ago. Ain't no sense bothering with her. She's still freaking out. She can't function. But she can't function for 2 years because her grandma died. That's allowed. She's a woman. I have a YouTube channel to try to get help. Not just for me, but for others. What we're going through ain't right. I often think about Tamsin Bowles and her situation. It ain't right. Christine Bouhit and Rayanne Ingersoll, it ain't right. Christine and Rayanne are both dead too, by the way. A lot of people are dead. The cops nationwide treat the homeless like trash. We're treated worse than dogs. Some of you say, oh, the police will shoot the dogs. They'll shoot the homeless too. I'd really like to see the statistics and figures on that, because I think they kill more homeless people than dogs. I'm fairly certain of it. People are dead, and it's not my fault. People keep trying to put it on me, say, oh, well, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault. No, it's absolutely fucking not. I did everything the right way, the way that you're supposed to do it. And the abuse didn't stop, and I didn't have any help. And when I did desperate things to try to get help stopping it, I was treated like I was some sort of a fucking monster. Well, excuse me, says I. I'm the one who's taken 6 years of this shit. Those folks who want to pretend like I was stalking Natalie before she was killed. No, I wasn't fucking stalking her. I went to Virginia because she was going to fucking kill herself if I didn't. She wasn't even going to get on the fucking plane to go to Virginia. Not unless I promised to go to Virginia. Sorry, I'm playing with a paperclip one-handed. It's screwed up that I'm not allowed to even show evidence. It's concrete fucking evidence, and I'm not even allowed to show it. Because I wasn't allowed to go to court. I was prevented from going to court over and over and over again, and threatened and harassed and intimidated by law enforcement over and over and over again. I needed someone to go in with me to turn this shit in, and I needed them to be fucking informed on what was going on. The longer it goes on, the more there is that somebody's got to play catch up on. You guys want to pretend like this is something I can just let go. I can't fucking take care of myself. All right. The rest of my life is going to be fucking victimization because I can't take care of myself. My entire life up until this point has been nothing but victimization. It doesn't matter how hard I fucking work. People are going to pay me shit wages because I'm fucking different. And now I'm disabled and people don't want to understand that. They want to pretend like I should be able to do all of this magic shit that they're capable of doing. Well, I am not sorry that I can't do those things. I shouldn't have to fucking apologize. I can't help it. That's the thing about being disabled. You guys seem to have it in your heads that this is a choice that I have made to be disabled. You're out of your fucking minds. All of America knows that they can go after the most victimized people in the country and get away with it. Everyone. Judges, lawyers, doctors, police, and of course, every fucking one of you, every single person in America knows this. I was never allowed my rights because I didn't have a guardian, which is what I needed. A guardian and an advocate. Those are the two things that I needed because I don't have a family who gives a shit. I'm entitled to those things. What did my family do when I went to them for help? Victimize the shit out of me. What did my older brother do when I went to him for help? Victimize the shit out of me. How about my little sister? Victimize the shit out of me. How about my mom? Again, as always, victimize the shit out of me. All these people want to pretend all sorts of whatever the fuck they want to pretend. That's why I record everything. When you're called mentally ill, you have to record everything 24 hours a day. And that's not something that we're capable of doing. That's fucking expensive. People wanted to pretend like I rip people off for hundreds of thousands of dollars on some GoFundMes. No, I didn't rip anyone off. I didn't even make those GoFundMes. Candice Bondurant made one of them, and Cara Rogers made another one, and I don't know who the other lady was. These people were, well, they were quite horrible. You know, when a woman doesn't get what she wants, she'll just fucking slander your name. She's not going to tell anybody what it is that she did. She's just going to pretend like you're a monster because you reacted in some way other than, yes, master. That's the thing. Modern slavery is alive today. We are enslaved to women in this country, and it's not okay. We have two types of law in this country. We have what's on paper, and then we have women's law. What's the difference? Women's don't give a fuck about the law. All women are taught that if they work together as some sort of fucked up coven, then magically they're in the right, they'll win. They're right, they do win. Play on the gender thing, play on it heavy. Get your friends involved, have them push and pressure their husbands. And what do their husbands do? They fold. They'll do what their girlfriend wants, they'll do what their wife wants. Oh, you gonna deprive me of Nookie unless I'm an asshole to this dude who didn't do nothing wrong? Alright, I'll go be an asshole to him. Let me tell you what I should do to Leslie Snell and Scott DaCosta, according to different people. Oh, by the way, these things are recorded. Most of them, anyway. One of them that's not recorded is Candice Bondurant. This is way back at the beginning. I didn't have the ability to record jack shit. This is before I even knew how to take screenshots. Back in January of 2018, this is right after Natalie was killed, and it was before they found Natalie's killer. Two of Natalie's ex-stepmothers had gotten a hold of me. They got a hold of me, not the other way around. Also, by that point, I'd been threatened and harassed by Rose M. Kelly and several others. This is after Natalie was killed. Or after she disappeared, anyway. They didn't care what the truth was. They just wanted a fucking scapegoat. They wanted a scapegoat. They wanted someone that they could use to alleviate their sins, to make up for the things that they did horrible. And the cops helped them to get away with it. And my friends did too. Not like it's some grand conspiracy. My so-called friends didn't do jack shit. They knew something was wrong. They knew something was wrong. But then I bring pot, I bring cigarettes, because that's the deal. If I bring pot and I bring cigarettes, peaches will help. So I bring pot or I bring cigarettes every time I go over there. I make sure I keep on getting pot and cigarettes while I'm over there. That way they have pot and cigarettes. Just like at Tabby's, but it wasn't pot and cigarettes. It was pot and beer, and then just pot. And of course, I did contribute. I helped clean up the house. And the reason I say helped is because at Miss Tabby's house, we all cleaned up. All of us. Everyone in the house, with the exception of cleaning. Her granddaughter was even cleaning. I mean, we all cleaned. We all worked together as it should be. The only part of that equation that made it impossible to get anything done, well, that was Joshua Eichelberger and his fucking violent bullshit. His mouth. Jesus. Like, while I'm there, I get to vent. I just have to bottle it in. That's what you expect men to do. Men have to bottle it in. Bottle it in. Men just have to take it. Men, not products of men. They're the product of women playing games. Women manipulating the fact that there's a different set of rules for society as there is in the court of law. But then again, those laws in society, those societal norms, some of you may call them, those are used in court. Those very same bias and excuses are used in court when you're a victim and you try to turn in your predators and they call you schizophrenic. Well, they called me mentally ill, not schizophrenic, to begin with anyway. And they tried to push it real heavy so people would pretend like I was schizophrenic. And you get to see how many people, even though I've never been diagnosed as schizophrenic, they want to tell everybody that I'm schizophrenic and type in these things that I'm schizophrenic. Did you bother looking at the evidence, or are you just listening to these fucking nut jobs that are selling the same fucking bullshit? I'm being victimized over that bullshit to this day. I am in the situation that I'm in, where I literally have to break the law to survive. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Help me to get that evidence where it needs to go. I cannot do it myself. They will not let me. They will not allow me the resources. They will not allow me the help in person, despite the fact that those are my rights. Someone needs to make these calls with me instead of me having to record them and then spend days and days and days downloading this shit to the fucking internet. That's not what I should have to do. If Tabby had helped, she wouldn't be on my fucking YouTube channel. The things that I needed her to admit to, that she did admit to on my YouTube channel. If she'd have come forward with those things, it would have made a difference, but she never did. I had to record her and she got angry. All of these people got angry because I recorded them after they gaslighted me. They never intended on helping. I am an at-risk adult. I cannot protect myself nor defend myself. I did do everything that I possibly could to try to get help. Nobody actually helped. What they cared about was their own reputations. You say, I shouldn't care what other people think. Really? All these people live their lives based off of what other people think. Their ability to get help, especially women, is based on what other people think. If she had a great and wonderful situation with a man, and she had a child with that man, and she wants to be the one who gets the sole custody of that child, it is still incredibly easy for her to do that just through slandering his name. When you're not allowed to show evidence, when you're not allowed to turn in your predators, when you are victimized for trying to turn in your predators, because you don't have a guardian to go in with you, to help you with these things, to take it seriously when you are being fucking victimized. So I got very little gas. Thank goodness I do have a Starbucks card. So I think I'm going to go over to Starbucks. That lady yesterday didn't help me. The lady that was going to help me last week also didn't end up helping me. You know, for me to spend all the time that I do waiting because of the ability to get in contact with people, it's not right. It's expensive and I can't afford it. People keep saying, oh, well, you need to get an Obama phone. Are you going to help me get an Obama phone? Or are you just going to keep telling me I should? I don't even have a fucking address to have this shit sent to. Are you going to fucking help me to do that? Are you going to help me to do that? Or are you going to continue to tell me to do things I'm not capable of doing for myself? PTSD is not a fucking joke. If somebody had gone in with me to begin with, the cops wouldn't have been allowed to do what they did. They wouldn't have gotten away with what they did. Now it's 100 times harder because nobody fucking cared when it made a difference. Because people like Candice Bondurant wanted to do the most horrible fucking thing that she could to try to destroy my chances of getting help. To cut me off from literally the only people at that point who were trying to help me. To guarantee that people were targeted and threatened and harassed. And then I get blamed like it's my fault that I'm getting victimized. Like it's my fault that they got victimized. No, it's fucking not. It's not my fault that you did absolutely nothing. I went to all of you for help and you didn't fucking care. You lied to me until I was out of resources, or you got what you fucking wanted and then you were fucking gone. It is against the law to do those things to an at-risk adult, but yet you did it knowing full well that you were going to get away with it. Now, why do you think that is okay? Why do you want to pretend like you're a good person after that?